clear.
Now, I want to ask you about the roast. Let's talk about the roast.
Yeah, the roast, okay.
Christopher Walken was one of the... I shot a tape piece. Christopher Walken was
Yes.
roasted you. What was it like having Christopher Walken roast you? Because he's... I love the guy. He's an amazing actor, but a strange presence, wouldn't you say?
I love Chris, too. Chris is a friend of mine. I have nothing bad to say about him. I can't do a Chris Walken impression. I wish I could. But we had all these people lined up. Yourself, Jon Stewart, all the comedians, Colin Quinn. Rene Russo agreed to do a Roland piece, which is nice. And so I felt like I should call Chris because so many friends were doing Rolands. I didn't want him to feel left out. And he's such a nice guy, and he's so unlike what you people think he would be like, that he was afraid to be mean. He said on the phone, I don't want to be mean about you, man. You know, I don't want to be mean. I was like, well, whatever. So he did this really nice piece. And the funny thing is, it's one of the funniest things we had because he's so weird that him saying nice things somehow comes off like really weird.
Right.
So it was like a great part of the roast because people thought like, wow, that was really funny. Meanwhile, he was calling me a sweetheart and stuff.
Well, the thing is, he can read out of the phone book and you're just laughing, crying, because it's the way he says things.
I tell you, one of the funny things about him was we were doing a movie together and we had to take a boat. In the movie, we had to drive a boat at one point, but also we had to take a boat over to this island, Catalina Island, California. And he has a huge fear of speed. He's like, and I was driving the boat, and he's like, just drive slow, just drive slow. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. So we take the boat over, and of course he pukes because he hates boats. So the next day he says, we got to fly over in a helicopter or something. I'm afraid of helicopters too, but I don't want to puke, and I won't puke in a helicopter. I'm like, okay. So we get in the helicopter next day. He has to sit in the middle between me and another guy. He's like white knuckles like this and gagging the whole way. So we spent like 20 minutes on this helicopter, all the two guys on the side going like this with him going...
So any motion at all freaks him out? Any motion
at all freaks him out. He drives really, really slow to the point where if you're in the country out in Connecticut and you're driving behind him, you're beeping your horn and giving him the finger. I mean, he drives like 10 miles an hour. He's 15 miles an hour. He hates speed, you know?
Now, another aspect of the roast is the promos for the roast.
Yes.
You know, most times when a network is promoting a show, they say, you can't miss it, it's this, it's that, or watch it, it's wonderfully, heartwarmingly funny. This one, it's Denis Leary is an a-hole. That's how they're promoting this.
Yeah. I turn on Comedy Central, and they're calling me a**hole.
No, a-hole.
No, I believe they're using the word, well, we don't want to say it again. But, yeah, it's kind of a comedy landmark, I guess. My career has come to the point where I can be called that on a network in an ad.
Right.
So I'm really proud of that.
Right. That's very nice.
That's a real great thing to leave a legacy for my children behind. Hey, your dad was the a-hole guy. Yeah, that's right.
I know your dad.
I was at The View, that show The View, and you know Meredith Vera, who's one of the hosts?
Yes.
I was backstage, and there was like a 12-year-old boy just sitting there. He's really bored looking. And I figured, this kid's out of place. I said, what are you doing here? He goes, my mom made me come. She's one of the hosts. I said, who's your mom? Meredith Vera. I got to hang out with her until I go back to school. I'm like, okay, geez. Bored 12-year-old boy. And he looks at me and he goes, hey, let me ask you something. Is there more than one famous Denis Leary? And I go, I don't think so. And he goes, do you do a comedy act where you sing a song? And I go, yeah. And he goes, is it called the A-hole song? And I go, yeah. And he goes, I like that song, man. But it was like he liked the song and not me.
Right.
So it's
this kid sounds rough, and then he like put out his cigarette and said, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Well, he was a tough little kid. So
that is one rough kid. Well, we have a clip here from your movie, The Secret Lives of Denis, which is getting very nice reviews.
Yeah, great reviews, critically acclaimed, which usually means you have to fight for space in the theaters. But think about this: we have a great movie. I'm really proud of the movie. It got great reviews, and we had great per-screen averages. But we're starting small and rolling out because we couldn't find space in the theaters because that piece of with Ben and Jen in it had all the screens taken up. I'm sorry, I
will not have that movie mocked in any way on this show. You want to do that, you go someplace else.
Anyway. Hey, look, by the way, we all make bad movies. I've been in quite a few of them myself, so I can't wait to see their movie, but you should go see my movie.
Go see it. You're gonna see...
I will go see it. I love bad movies.
Yeah.
I thought Showgirls was hilarious.
I watch Showgirls every time it's on.
I think it's great.
Yeah,
and I think that Elizabeth Berkley dancing stuff is some of the funniest stuff that was ever done on film. But our movie is myself, Campbell Scott, and Hope Davis. They play dentists, and he thinks she's having an affair on him, so he hires me and one of his friends to help him figure out if she's being faithful or not. So that's the premise. It's very funny.
Let's take a look at this clip from the movie, The Secret Lives of Denis.
I don't care if it hurts like hell. My wife made this appointment for me, and now I've lost my job, and she's kicked me out of the house.
Hi.
She gave me some little card that told me to be here, so here I am.
How you doing?
Can't believe she still cares whether or not I go to the dentist.
We certainly don't care, do we, Doctor? Open up.
Are you married to him?
No, I'm single.
Oh, really?
Yes. I'm waiting for a man who takes really good care of his teeth, which I can tell you don't. Open, please.
Hard to be romantic in that situation.
Yeah.
The Comedy Central roast of Denis Leary airs this Sunday night at 10,
Yes.
and The Secret Lives of Dentists is now playing in select.
And can I mention one more thing? Do we have time?
Yes.
I am doing, you know, the celebrity hat trick I do every year for the Firefighters Foundation up in Boston. You've done it a couple times. This year we're doing the most amazing event we've done so far. It's hockey's greatest skate for America's bravest. It's 20 of the greatest hockey players of all time squared off in 2 teams to face against each other. I got Bobby Orr, Mr. Hockey, Gordie Howe. I got Pat LaFontaine, Cam Neely, Ray Bork. I got Stan Mikita. I got Dennis Potvin, Esposito. It's the biggest charity hockey event of all time. September 28th at the Fleet Center in Boston. Buy your tickets now before they are sold out.
Check it out. Denis Leary, everybody. Dennis, great to have you. Always good. Denis Leary, Rocco Spirito coming up to take a break. We'll be right back.